Hey guys, welcome to part two of a three-part series on this Ford F-150 detail, where I detail the inside and out. On the second part, we're going to be focusing on the interior and getting this thing taken care of on the inside. So the first thing I like to do is just pull out the floor mats, whether they're carpeted or all weather, and get those cleaned up. If they're carpet, then I want to get those cleaned right away so they have plenty of time to dry. And with the all-weather mats, I just like to dump out the debris in there and then pressure wash it as much as I can, and then give it a good agitation and scrub down with a medium bristled brush. I'm using a Chemical Guys brush in this instance, but you could use a drill brush. That'd probably be a little faster if you can get into all the nooks and crannies with the drill brush. But yeah, like I said, I like to get the floor mats done first, and then we'll focus on other areas of the vehicle. One thing that was nice is the back seat area had a mega floor mat. So under the crew cab bench seat, there's space for a floor mat area, and then obviously in front where the passengers put their feet, there's space for the floor mat as well. So it's basically a mega floor mat, and so you got to flip the back seats up to get this thing out, but it does save on a lot of vacuuming because this protects a lot of the carpet. So that was helpful, having this huge, giant all-weather mat there. It is a lot to clean, but it's a lot easier when it's rubber and you can dump out a lot of the debris and pressure wash it, because you can't exactly pressure wash on the inside of the truck. I used to use Chemical Guys rubber mat cleaner and rejuvenator, but I was burning through that, and it was kind of expensive for the little 16-ounce bottle. So I've just been using the pressure washer and then car soap, and just trying to get it as clean as possible using that. I'm kind of curious, what do you guys use for your all-weather mats? What's your go-to cleaner for rubber? Write your comments down below, and that kind of helped me out. I'm just doing some research to see what other options I have for cleaning. Now that the all-weather mats are all cleaned up, it's time to vacuum the back. And as you can see, there's just kind of the edges and the back hard to reach accessible areas to vacuum. So that giant all-weather mat really saved my butt in terms of vacuum time for the back seat area. But the front area and underneath the seats and some of the nooks and crannies, there's plenty to vacuum and blow out, but it does save some time, so I am thankful for that. The vacuum that I usually use for most of my details for the majority of the time is my DeWalt. It's a 5 horsepower, and I think it's something like a 9-gallon. Yeah, it's a 9-gallon. And I modified it. I put a 25-foot hose on there, and so that helps giving me some freedom for being able to reach way far into the vehicle and not having to worry about, oh, my hose is, it's going to hit the door jamb, or it's not going to reach. I got to scoot the vacuum over. And one thing you want to be careful when you have a larger vacuum is you don't want to just pull on the hose and ram it in the door and dent it. So having that extra hose is giving me a lot of freedom and convenience, not having to move the vacuum around quite so much. I do have another smaller vacuum. It's called the Beast. I think it's from Backmaster, I think is the brand, but it's a 5.5 horsepower, 5-gallon. It's a lot more compact, and it's got a real long crevice tool, so I do like using that in between the seat tracks and some of the hard reach areas, which I can't get to with the DeWalt. Sometimes I have to use the Tornador blower, but other times I can just use the other smaller vacuum with the longer crevice tool, and that does the job just fine. As you can see, the front's a bit more dirty with the debris and stuff. I peeled back the weather stripping just to try and get a lot of the grit and debris that was stuck in there. that hadn't been cleaned out. So one of the first things that the customer sees when they open the door is going to be any dirt and debris. So if you leave that in there, it's not going to be a good look for you. So if you do the best job you can and get every little nook and cranny that the customer's paying for, they're going to be a lot happier when they see the final result. After I'm done doing my first round of vacuuming, I'll get to cleaning the door jambs and the door panels. So sit back, relax. I'm done yakking, and I'll turn some music on so you can just enjoy watching the rest of part 2. Thanks for hanging in there, and subscribe if you haven't already, please.
Oh.